Well, our next guest is the UAE's Minister of Infrastructure Development, His Excellency Abdullah Al Nuaimi. Your Excellency, thank you so much for joining us today. I want to start with the biggest question I guess I could possibly start with, the blockade of Qatar. Walk us through how that's actually affecting the UAE's maritime trade and its ports.
Good morning to you and to your audience. The Qatar issue is as far as the infrastructure ministry and the strategy of our ports is a very minute issue, and we are not discussing it at all.
Not at all. All right. Well, walk us through some of the UAE's upcoming plans in terms of infrastructure spending then, because we've had some reports saying that you're looking to increase that spending. What's the thinking there?
Yes, the infrastructure as far as ports, airports, and roads, rail is actually trending within the region. As far as the ports, we are putting 25% of an investment over the $60 billion worth of an investment that has been put in place in the United Arab Emirates, and that is actually for the next decade. So we are looking into plans of improving our port facilities during the next 10 years.
Talk to us about the financing that you envision as you seek to improve various infrastructure projects and transport developments here in the UAE. Is there scope, for instance, for more public-private partnership?
No doubt that the PPP issue is trending today. It's not only in the United Arab Emirates, but it's a worldwide issue, and we also have the private sector as a partner in most of our projects, whether it's an infrastructure project or other projects. We are driven by the private sector. We are a market-driven country, and the private sector is always or has always been considered as a partner for the development of the United Arab Emirates.
What's private sector appetite for financing these kinds of infrastructure projects like right now at the moment?
It's a huge, tremendous. Many foreign investors, many institutions are looking into partnering with us. We recently getting into some lighting projects, and we have seen offers from all over the world to probably put new street lighting on our road infrastructure in the United Arab Emirates, and that is tremendous. And we've seen that a huge appetite for investment within the United Arab Emirates specifically, and on the region in general.
New street lighting, that's exciting. We also had a report recently about Dubai planning to form a $1 billion shipping investment fund. Walk us through the thinking there and what you might use that fund for.
Maybe I am not within the circle of such a project, and I would have very little input to give you on this issue. Nonetheless, any investment that is made within this United Arab Emirates is actually building on the stability of the business environment and the appropriate strategies that the government is putting forward for investors. So whether this project or any other project is having such a good climate for business within the United Arab Emirates.
Your Excellency, since we're talking about the industry, the shipping industry, I noticed recently the UAE is the only Arab country to be bidding for Category B membership in International Maritime Organization's Executive Council. Why is that important to you?
This is again probably continuation of the previous question. This is actually driven by the private industry that we have, ports within the United Arab Emirates, felt that they have to be within the council, and I always assume that the council of the IMO is actually the kitchen where most of the legislation, rules, regulations are being prepared. And with an industry that is booming in the United Arab Emirates, the industry felt that we, as a government, we should be as an incubator for their willingness to become, for the United Arab Emirates to be a member on the council. One thing, that the industry's requirement. Second, that we have a great infrastructure within the United Arab Emirates as far as the maritime. We are actually number 3 in the world as far as infrastructure, as far as the maritime is concerned, and for that we felt that we really need to be on that big kitchen to participate in formulating the rules and regulation. The second part is the legislation that we have, the rules that we have, the business environment that we have would actually be a great incubator for us to be participating on a win-win situation with the council of the IMO. We can provide them with what it takes to improve also their business environment. We also have within the region we have over 20 ports within the United Arab Emirates. 3 of them are in the top 10 for the last 3 consecutive years. So we have good reason to be part of the council.
Let's jump from sea to land transport then. I want to talk about the Gulf Rail project. Is that officially dead given the existing delays and the ongoing situation with Qatar?
I don't know where we got the idea of dead. It is still a project, and we, as far as the United Arab Emirates, we've completed over 266 kilometers of that portion. We are negotiating now with Saudi Arabia to incorporate their activities within. We are also arranging with our neighbors, Omani, as to continue with that. Nonetheless, as far as the rail within the United Arab Emirates, it's on the go, and we are looking into options of executing it and the portion of execution.
Your Excellency, looking at the whole of your remit, which is quite big, we have air, land, and sea transport. Give us a holistic, rough estimate of your upcoming financing needs.
I would give you. We're looking into over $20 billion of investment over the next decade for such industry. Most of it is going into the maritime. The maritime industry is well established in the United Arab Emirates, and we feel that we should actually improve the status. Within the United Arab Emirates, we have firm, we have DP World, where they manage more than 57 ports and terminal worldwide, and with these we really need to put additional investment, additional strategies to to improve the market as well. Abu Dhabi ports are also improving the status of the port. The newly Khalifa port has been tremendous, and it would require additional improvement. So the business in maritime, as far as the United Arab Emirates, is flourishing, and we are doing great on that side. Now, as far as the rail, now new strategies have to be established, and probably by the end of the year we would know who is participating on the rail. As far as the road, we have over than $8 billion of investment over the next decade for improving our existing infrastructure and roads.
All right, Abdullah Al Nuaimi, the UAE's Minister of Infrastructure Development, thank you so much for joining us.